So we'll begin with the parliament. Okay. So ours is a parliamentary system of government. We have to go in depth of every article. Let's start from 79. There shall be a parliament. Same word, shall, legal obligation. Okay. For the union, which shall consist of president and two houses. I told you, president in parliament. He is not a member, but he is integral part of the parliament. I explained you also in terms of king in parliament, president in parliament in our case. Okay, respectively as the Council of States and the House of the People. There are two houses. One house is ensuring the participation of states, representation of states to the union, and one house is for the people. This House of the People is the lower house, this Council of States is the upper house. In case of UK, it is different. In case of USA, it is different. We will see all that. Council of States shall consist of 12 members to be nominated by President in accordance with provisions of this clause. So there are 12 nominated members in Rajya Sabha, that is Council of States, and also this name Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha has been adopted later. Earlier it was named by this only, but more than 238 representatives of the states, okay, and of the union territories. Also here there is a proportionate system. Okay, so what happens is the number of representative a state is allocated is directly proportional to the population of that state. Okay, let's see the next article, then we will discuss everything one by one. We are just going through overview. Allocation of seats in Council of States to be filled by representative of states according to the provision. Okay, fourth schedule, we'll see that. Science, literature, art, and social service. Okay, so there are certain members who are nominated among those 12. Like Sachin is also member of Rajya Sabha, nominated member. So representative of each state council shall be elected by elected members. This is for the election to the Rajya Sabha. Simple method, that same PR system, proportional representation using single transferable vote, and the legislative assembly members of that state. See here also, legislative council is not part of it, only the legislative assembly. Okay, representative of the union territories and council of state shall be chosen in such manner parliament may by law. See, most of the union territories do not have a council or actually a legislative assembly. So who will choose for them? Parliament will decide, but they will have certain members who will represent them. House of People shall consist of this. Okay, you can see this. This is for maintaining the ratio of population versus the number of members they have been assigned. So it has to be in uniformity. Now, I would like to show you certain differences. I thought of telling you all this because this is important. We'll come to that also. But this is certain distinction between our democracy, our parliamentary system, and a presidential system, and also how the states of USA federal system and our union system is different. We are also a federal country, but we are quasi federal. I'll discuss. In presidential system, what happens is there is a president who is directly elected by the people, but this election is not 100% direct. They vote for electoral college, that electoral college decides the president. Okay, he is the head of the executive. He has no role in the Congress or in the Senate. Here in this case, prime ministerial form of government, the sovereign authority, it can be a king or it can be a elected sovereign, that is a president. He is representing sovereignty of India. He is head of executive, but the de facto head or the real head is the council of minister headed by PM. So ultimately PM. Okay, PM, that is council of minister, is part of legislative. The most important point in prime ministerial form of government, if this is the legislature, this is the government. But in presidential form of system, if this is the legislature, this is the government. Absolutely separation of power. Okay, hard and fast, absolute. Congress has no rule in executive body, president and his cabinet. The Senate also has no room for interference. President is not responsible to legislative. PM is. President decide his set of officers. They are known as secretaries. They are purely executive. Okay, he can select anybody. They do not actually. They are not member of Congress or Senate. They can be removed anytime by the president. Full authority. So in this case, this is a very fast acting government because they are not responsible. They do not have to pass certain legislations to get work done. They are doing things very fast. But here it is a responsible government. A responsible government is a good government. Remember this line. This creates delay, yet this gives more responsibility. While choosing the system, the intent of the framers of the constitution was giving more responsibility. Okay, this might be a less stable system because the government may fall even by one vote, as in India it had happened several times. So they are responsible. Our constitution makers chose responsibility over stability. Here the government is almost stable because they have no relation to the legislature or the Congress or the Senate, the upper house. So now we will discuss the difference between UK, that is a constitutional monarchy, and India, that is a republican democracy. Okay, monarchy is as such, it has nothing to do with the form of government. What people think is monarchy is opposite of democracy, but opposite of democracy is dictatorship. Opposite of monarchy is republic. Monarchy is related to sovereign. That sovereign has to be a king or queen. It means he is hereditary. Okay, king in parliament. In India, it is known as president in parliament. So this king is hereditary or queen. But here, republican system, any citizen can rise to the office of head of state, open to all. He is an elected person. The difference. Okay, monarchy is not opposite of democracy. It is opposite of republic. Okay. Also, here the king is much more powerful than president because he is ruled by conventions, not by parliamentary laws. But parliament never passes any law which restricts the power of king. A bit more powerful here is the king, the sovereign. Okay. A difference between UK, Britain and England, because quite a times it is not clear. UK means England, Scotland, Wales plus Northern Ireland. That whole thing, that this Britain side plus Northern Ireland, they combined make UK. Britain means these three portions, that is England, Scotland and Wales. England alone is a country. Okay. USA has 50 states, all have same 2 seats. But in India, Rajya Sabha is differently constituted. Some states have a large number of members in Rajya Sabha, some have very less. Okay, this was discussed so that you understand that our parliamentary system is not exactly a replica of others, but very different. Okay, now we will see House of People. Election to House of People is done using FPTP, first past the post. We have discussed that. We will discuss that later also. Ratio between the number and population of state, same for all.